It's our birthday.
So, 7 years ago, back in 2018, which I'm not entirely sure how that was 7 years ago. Um, January 19th, 2018, I was the day that I created our Facebook page. Um, and that's kind of the day that we're going as the birth of Kydex Customs. And, it started. I've told this story quite a few times on different podcasts and things. But no, it started in my parents' kitchen, going, I wanted to make a holster. Well, I needed to make a holster. I'd started playing airsoft at a site that was really dark. I needed a weapon light on my pistol, and I couldn't, for the life of me, find a holster that would work with my pistol because it was an airsoft Glock, and back in the day that was a quite an important thing. It was there weren't many airsoft Glock holsters around because airsoft Glocks aren't the same size as real steel Glocks, or at least they weren't back in the day. And I just bought a weapon light, and I couldn't find any holsters, and I'd heard about this stuff called Kydex, and I decided, hey, you know what? Pretty handy guy. Let's give it a go. Watched a few YouTube videos, used some EVA foam floor mats, some play floor foam mats, and made my first holster. It was terrible, but that's kind of where things kind of kicked off. It started. I had friends that wanted holsters then. Suddenly, everyone and their mother that needed a holster for their weird, peculiar airsoft pistol or knife sheath or whatever came out of the woodwork. And, all these people that I'd met playing airsoft for years and years previously started, asking me, hey, oh, dude, I know you made that holster. Could you make me one? And then I was sat thinking, oh, you know what? I should probably make some kind of Facebook page or something like that. Save me, sending people messages through DMs and stuff like that. I should make a Facebook page, and then everyone can message me through there. And I started making them in my parents' kitchen. And I remember very early on, it must have been the second or third holster I ever made. I was in the kitchen with my dad making it, or he was helping, and I was kind of putting the plastic in the oven and stuff. And he said, "Oh, you reckon you'll be able to make a business out of this one day?" And I looked at him, and I just plain as day said, "There's not enough demand. I don't think you'd be able to make a business out of it. I don't think there's anywhere enough people that would want any kind of holster." Especially, they wouldn't want a holster that I'd made. There are loads of better options on the market. Definitely not enough people. And boy, was I wrong. Fast forward 7 years, we've done contracts for international militaries, we've done contracts for international police, we've made tens of thousands of holsters at this point. We've worked with counter-terrorism, special forces, and then we still work with kind of airsofters and civilians and hobby shooters. And this company has really grown and flourished into more than I ever thought was possible, evidently. And I realized that while we do have a lot of customers that have followed us along with the story, they followed us from very humble beginnings to slightly less humble beginnings now, but still relatively humble middlings. Although worlds of difference from where we once began. I realized that we had a lot of customers that don't know who we are. And, they might have seen us pop up here and there, or they might have gone to an event that we've been to, or that we might have been recommended by someone. And I realized that while we're not secretive, we don't share a lot just because we're busy. And I want to try and make more of a point of kind of including you guys as the audience, as the customer, and really share what it is that we work on, what it is that we're doing, what it's like around here, who we are, really kind of get to know us. And really kind of bring you guys in moving forward. Obviously, it's been 7 years, and I'm incredibly thankful. I never for a second thought that this would even be anything more than a side kind of hobby job sort of thing I did in my spare time. And now we've got employees and lots of employees, lots of expensive equipment, and we're like a proper business that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the customers. If it wasn't for you guys, rooting for us and in our corner, recommending us, and asking, can you make X, Y, and Z? That's basically how the majority of our business has kind of snowballed over the years. It's been customers saying, "Hey, can you make me a holster for this and or that?" And we've gone, "Yeah, sure." And then it's led to, I saw you make a holster for that. Can you do a mag carrier for this? And then we've went, "Yeah, sure." And over the years, that's why we have such a vast product catalogue. Isn't because we're doing incredible, analysis into what's selling, what's hot, what's amazing, what are people looking for. It's just because of you guys, because of the customer, where people just come to us and say, "Hey, I'd like this. Can you make it?" And then, the way that we've built and rigged the company has been to design products as quickly as possible, to test products as quickly as possible, to get products out to you guys as quickly as possible. In a sense that your average company isn't able to have an idea, design the product, machine any necessary tooling, and have it finished within a week. It used to be quicker. We have higher standards now and things like that make it last a little bit longer. I kind of miss the days back at the beginning when I used to have an idea for a product. I'd make one, have no idea how I was going to make another one, and then make a post about it, put it up on the website and sell a bunch of them, and then go, right, how am I going to make 20 of these, within the next week? That's, for the better of the business, for the better of you guys all get a far more consistent product now. But it feels like, that's how I've designed the company. That's how I've wanted the company to run, in the sense that we are the leanest, development phases that we can possibly do, and standardization and stuff like that. But yeah, so I really just wanted to round off and say that this year we're hoping to bring you guys along a bit more, show a bit more behind the scenes, kind of get to know us a little bit better. And just say thank you for the last 7 years, being able to kind of have this dream job, making holsters, making things in the tactical gear space, and just, I couldn't think of a better job to have, and I couldn't think of better customers to have. So I just wanted to thank you guys, and say, hopefully there's a few more than 7 years, in the future to go. Cheers.